Weird and embarrassing stuff can happen as a result of anxiety. One of the strangest for me was when I came in my pants during an exam in high school. I was writing it during the last period of the day, and with only 10 minutes left, I still hadn't started the last and most difficult question on the exam. The problem was that I had no idea how to answer it, and it required writing a long-ass response. I was getting so frustrated that I imagined just ripping up the paper. But of course, being a nerd fixated on getting the highest possible grades, there was no way I was actually going to do that. In what seemed like the blink of an eye, there were only 5 minutes left, and I got paralyzed in this loop of anxiety, looking back and forth between the blank page and the clock on the wall. My heart started pounding my chest, I broke out in a sweat, page clock, and that's when it happened. I orgasmed, and I just sat there coming in my pants. I tried my best not to let it show in my face because my desk was right in front of my teacher's. I'd hate for him to be like,
"Seriously? Is this kid jizzing his pants right now?"
Luckily, the release calmed me down quite a bit. I was able to quickly scribble down an answer just as the bell rang to end the exam and the school day. But now I had another problem. At first glance down there, I didn't see a big wet spot on my pants, but I knew it would just be a matter of time for seepage to happen. My locker containing my winter coat was at the very opposite end of the school. The hallways were now crowded, and there were just 5 minutes before my school bus would leave, possibly without me. If I missed the bus, the only option was an hour's walk home in my pants of shame. Fortunately, as a fully fledged geek, I always carried every single textbook and binder I could possibly use during the day. This came in especially handy now to cover up the crime scene. I was able to get to my locker to grab my jacket and pull it down as far as I could. I then made like an Olympic sprinter and ran to the bus, making it just as it was about to pull away. On what felt like a never-ending ride home, I couldn't help wondering, is this going to keep happening? Imagine what it would be like before future exams, taking stock of what I'd need before I left the house. Okay, got my mechanical pencil, check. Calculator, check. Condom, check. Frick, I'd have to go buy condoms? That would be a whole other load of embarrassment. So instead, I figured an alternative first step would be to just masturbate a handful of times before any upcoming tests. It was a pretty simple solution that ended up working fine, and I didn't have to make that trip to Walgreens after all. If you liked the video, please hit the like button or subscribe to hear more stories and practical tips on managing your social anxiety and improving your social confidence.